From Butch Duhe Park in Kenner at Chapelle Field, Crescent City Sports is proud to bring you Louisiana High School softball. This evening, it's a District 9 5A matchup of the top two ranked teams in Division I Select as the Mount Carmel Academy Cubs take on the Archbishop Chapelle Chipmunks. And a pleasant good evening to you, Ken Trahan, on a pleasant evening in Kenner, joined by outstanding coach Jerry Nugent for what is a great rivalry and a great matchup of two really good softball teams here this evening. As it works out, they are 1-2 in the Select Division I rankings as we speak. Chapelle at number 1, Mount Carmel at number 2. Jerry, great to have you with us, and a pleasure to bring this to a lot of people, and I know you're looking forward to it. These are two really good schools, two really good programs.
Yeah, great to be here, Ken. Just a powerhouse matchup in the Select League. Like you said, number 1 versus number 2. Both started out 1-0 in district. They're fighting to see who gets the stronghold on the district moving forward. Both teams were very, very amped up during warm-ups. They're ready to play this game. It's going to be a great day for softball today.
It's a great rivalry. There's a lot of friendships on both sides. They know each other extremely well. They grow up in the same genre, if you will, and playing together. So there's all of that. But again, they've been rivals for a long time, and these are really good programs. Chapelle will be in their green today, appropriately on St. Patrick's Day. Mount Carmel in their brown. We pause now. We'll have the opening of our national anthem. Starting lineups for this afternoon's game. First of all, for the Cubs of Mount Carmel, 12-3, 2-0 in District 9 5A under the direction of Curtis Matthews, leading off in center field. Shelby Alfonso. Emery Roussel will bat second at second base. Hayden Traub is the shortstop with Paige Ruther, the pitcher. Sage Vincent is at third base. Claire Murphy plays right field. Nat Johnson is at first base. Marley Belsom. Then Paisley Bell, the catcher. The flex player in left field is Sophia Polito. For the Chipmunks of Chapelle, Taylor Allen leads off in center field. It's Cam DiMaggio at shortstop. Mia Impastato at first base. Liv Nevels hitting in the 4 spot with Kelsey Schmidt in right field. Bailey Hammer plays second base. Ava Martinez, the designated pitcher. Addie Robin is at third base. Abby Capella does the catching, and the flex player in left field is Meg Cash. Weather conditions, well, they're really good. It's cool. It's 52 degrees, sunny skies. The wind is out of the north at 6 miles an hour, gusting to 10. Whatever wind there is, it's died down a bit. It's blowing toward right field. It's an average-sized ballpark, Jerry. I mean, you've got to hit it to get it out of here, but it's a fair ballpark, turf infield, grass outfield.
Yeah, the field plays very, very well. There shouldn't be many issues, especially with the weather being the way it is today. I don't think the weather's going to be a factor as far as any kind of field conditions. It looks beautiful right now. Chapelle's done a very nice job getting this field together over the years.
Ava Martinez, the starting pitcher. She's been outstanding, 11 games, 8 starts, and she is 8-0 with a 1.68 earned run average coming in. And we're ready to go. Shelby Alfonso leads it off, and we're starting early. First pitch of the game is a fastball missing, or that's a strike actually, called. It's 0-1 first pitch at 4:54, so starting a bit early here. No balls and a strike on Alfonso. Left-handed hitter, they cheat in. Looking for the slash or the bunt here, and the 0-1 pitch is on the way. That one is down and out.
Yeah, Ken, and Alfonso is one of them spark plug kind of players, as I call her. She can bunt, she can slap, she can hit for average. She can actually drive the ball as well. So she really creates a lot of difficult situations for defenses.
1-1, she pops it foul out of play. over the Chipmunk dugout. It's 1-2. And to that end, this is a very good hitting team. The averages are gaudy. Alfonso at .438 coming in.
Yeah, both these teams have been hitting the ball exceptionally well over the past 2 weeks. I don't want to jinx it, but I think you could have a big power game, but you also have two top-notch pitchers.
Pokes it down the left field line, and that is caught for the out. Excellent play by Cash. For out number one, Cash got a good jump on that ball right toward the line.
Yeah, they had her in good position, and she made a very good jump on the first read, first step was right on the mark there.
Here's Emery Roussel, the second baseman for the Cubs. .558 on the year. That's right, no mistake there. I quoted it correctly.
Roussel's been hot all year, and I got to see her play against John Curtis the other day. Might have had the best game of her high school career.
First pitch, and it just, he got the strike call. Had to wait for the signal. It's 0-1.
Yeah, talked to Roussel a little bit. She's a junior this year. She's been a starter for a couple of years. She said she's really embracing this new leadership role as an older player. It's taught her to be, a more thoughtful player in terms of the holistic approach to the game, in terms of what other people are doing and all of that. Just very good conversation before the game with Emery.
Rise ball high. It's even up at a ball and a strike. Just underway, top of the first inning here, this showdown between Chapelle and Mount Carmel. Toward third and through the hole, got to the shortstop. Nice throw, good play. Yeah. Cam DiMaggio, she's going to be playing at the next level.
Yeah, Cam is can't say enough good things about her. She's a USM commit, has the whole package. She can play the deep. She's a five-tool player from a softball perspective. Got the arm, got the speed, can hit. You're going to hear a lot about her in the upcoming years.
Made that play look easy. Here's Hayden Traub at .350 on the season. Another excellent player, seasoned player for this Mount Carmel squad. Rakes it foul. Left field side, it's 0-1.
And I'd say Hayden probably has the most experience of all the players on the Mount Carmel team right now, and probably is the outright leader of the team in terms of what she brings to the table. Not a very loud person, but her actions speak very, very loud.
A senior. These are two young teams, by and large. I want to talk about that too. Here's the 0-1, and that's toward the center and in there for a base hit. Just over the head of the shortstop, DiMaggio, and Traub has the first hit of the game, a two-out single here in the top of the first.
It'll be interesting to see what Coach Matthews does early here with the bases with a big hitter like Ruther out.
Paige Ruther, of course, a star of this team. Two-way star, .485 hitter. You'll see her exploits on the mound as well.
Yeah. Excellent pitcher, a lot of power at the plate as well.
Paige hits it toward third, fair. Down the line. Rounding second and checking in there is Traub. Back-to-back hits for the Cubs. And 2 on here in the first inning.
Looked like they tried to go inside, and she just turned on it just enough to get it down the line.
Sage Vishot will bat. Vishot, the third baseman, at .421 on the season. Cubs 12-3, 2-0 in the league, and Chapelle 14-2, 2-0 in league play to this point. The Cubs already have a good win over John Curtis. We got a courtesy runner at first base.
And they bring it in there, so a little bit of speed there, and then Sage Vishot had the game-winning hit, if I'm not mistaken, again, or the game-tying hit against John Curtis. Had a big hit to right field. Very much a clutch player, another experienced player in the Mount Carmel order. Also, a very effective pitcher when called upon.
2 on, 2 outs. And strike called. Off-speed pitch dropped in there nicely. It's 0-1.
Yeah, you have to have a lot of confidence to start off a hitter like Vishot with an off-speed, but obviously she's not looking for it. So if you can find your spot, it gets you in a tremendous advantage during the count.
And the 0-1. Swing and a fly ball down the left field side is going to be caught by the left fielder, Cash, who had her played perfectly. And the inning is over with no runs, 2 hits, and 2 stranded. Bottom of the first coming with no score. Chipmunks to the plate. Ruther to the mound as we march on. So good contact by the Cubs in the top of the first inning. Couldn't push anything across. Good crowd forming. They're still piling in here as we speak, and we expect that. They've done a really good job with this complex. East Bank Little League here, along with Chapelle and its field. And Larry Gibbs, our good and great friend, was a huge proponent and supporter of this, and I want to thank Larry. He's a wonderful man.
Absolutely.
He loves amateur athletics and high school sports in particular.
Absolutely. And like you said, it's going to be packed by the time we get into mid-game. A lot of relationships exist between the parents and the players on these teams, going back to playground ball, rec ball, travel ball. A lot of kids wearing green and brown who were teammates on other teams before. Yep. So certainly, that intensifies the rivalry, obviously, but it's what makes the Catholic League great, in my opinion. Some
people piling in as we speak are looking at their watches and saying, well, it's 5 o'clock. I thought this game started at 5. We started at 4:54.
And umpires were a little antsy. I think they were ready to go. I know the players for sure were ready to go watching them warm up.
Well, I can make my dinner reservation. It's all good. So in the field, Mount Carmel, we have Polito in left, Alfonso in center, Murphy in right with V-Shot third, Traub at short, Broussel second, Johnson first with Bell catching, and it's Page, Ruther to the mound. 6-2, a 1.75 earned run average. 44 innings, 37 hits, 11 earned runs, 51 strikeouts, and 17 walks. Page Ruther.
Yeah, and in years past, and going into this year, Ruther is the bell cow for them. She's their workhorse in the circle. They have a lot of talent in pitching, but Ruther's their go-to pitcher. But I think she'll try to start to establish her screwball. She's got a tremendous screwball. I think, depending on how Chapelle aligns themselves, I think she's going to try to establish that pitch early and then work her other stuff in.
We're ready to go here in the bottom of the first, and Taylor Allen will lead it off. The center fielder. Allen is at 327, a home run, 9 driven in.
Excellent young player. I'm surprised she didn't need a Gatorade before her at bat. She had all the action on defense in the top of the inning.
Fastball high and away, 1-0. Ruther has good velocity, thus the strikeout numbers. More of a power pitcher.
Definitely a power pitcher. Likes to get ahead and establish her pitches.
And it's popped up on a rise ball. Should be handled. The shortstop, Traub, is waiting, and she secures it with 2 hands for out number 1.
And that's a big start for the Cubs, just to get a 2-pitch out to start the bottom of the inning.
Anything above the letters, you're going to have a tough time doing anything with it from Ruther.
Yeah, her spin and her velocity on her rise ball, when it's working, it's a very difficult pitch to hit. And like you said, above those letters, it becomes a daunting task.
There's Cam DiMaggio. At 436, 11 driven in. Takes this off-speed pitch for a strike at the knees. Good pitch.
Yes, sir.
Change the eye level, and that's what she does very effectively. It's 0-1. We're in the bottom of the first with no score.
Yep. Like you said, DiMaggio, she's kind of the catalyst for this offense. She's an all-around player.
Toward third, nice pick. V-Shot, nice throw. Good play to her glove side for out number 2.
Excellent play there by V-Shot. And Traub was in position to make the play deep if needed, but what I really like about that is V-Shot very aggressive coming over. At this level, a lot of times you'll see the third baseman yield to the shortstop on that, but it's a much easier play if the third baseman can come over and make that play. Very nice job by V-Shot.
The hard-hitting Mia Impastato to the plate, 375 with 15 driven in. And that is a fastball strike called. It's 0-1. To Mia.
Mia, excellent young player. A lot like I kind of equate her to Emery Roussel, another young player who's played a lot, who's kind of coming into a leadership role on this Chipmunk team, similar to Roussel on the Cubs.
Pitches high for a ball. Yeah, she was a big part of their state championship team as a freshman 2 years ago.
Yes, sir.
2024.
Yes, sir. And there are several of these Chapelle sophomores and juniors who are a part of that team. That kind of experience, you can't pay for it. It's invaluable.
Down and out. It's 2 balls and a strike. I wanted to get into the youth of these teams because I think it's very significant. There's only 4 seniors on the Mount Carmel squad. There's only 1 on the Chapelle squad.
2 very young teams that speaks to a good rivalry for a lot of years.
Out of play left side from Impastato, and it's even up at 2-2. If you're going to get them, you might want to get them now, I guess is kind of what I'm saying, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Interested to see if she comes with her curveball here. Impastato likes to go oppo.
Oh, good pitch. Swing and a miss. Got her away, and the inning is over. Ruther impressive. Nothing across. We played 1. There is no score here from Chapelle Park as we march on from Butch Duhe Playground here on CrescentCitySports.com. So nice job there by Ruther. Sent him down in order, had a good defensive play behind her, and Chipmunks back to the field. They have Cash in left, Allen in center, Schmidt is in right with Robin third, DiMaggio short, Hammer second, and Impostado first, and Capella doing the catching. Today's coverage on Crescent City Sports is brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex in Kenner. Lamarck Pre-Owned has a huge selection of pre-owned vehicles, all makes and models. We have great deals, must be a reason. Back to the mound goes Martinez, yielded a couple of singles in the first and was able to get out of it in good shape.
Yeah, Martinez has been a very solid pitcher. She doesn't get rattled very easily. What I've seen of her, have the pleasure of seeing her pitch live a couple of times. She, even when she gets herself in a little trouble, she finds a way to battle her way out of it. Very good headspace up on there.
Ava Martinez finishing up her warm-up tosses. Just a sophomore. Great future ahead of her.
Absolutely. Again, speaking to what you said about these young players on both these teams, I've had the pleasure of working with some of the Mount Carmel freshmen last year. They have a loaded freshman class. They're going to be a very strong class, and these are the kids that are struggling to even get time on the field right now. So it just speaks to how much depth there is in these programs.
Claire Murphy leads it off, the right fielder, batting .410. Claire's in from the right side. Senior, one of these seniors on this club.
Just about to say one of the few seniors.
Took it down for a ball. Martinez will mix pitches, try to rely on location. Walks behind the mound and flexes the arm.
Talking to Claire before the game, she said that the key to this game for either team is going to be who can play smooth under pressure. She said that, again, they all know each other so well, and it's a big game, and there's a lot at stake. So it's the team that kind of stays even keeled. That was her take on the game.
Tapped it foul. Count is even at a ball and a strike. You're in the top of the second inning. Crowd still filing in. Another nice pitch, swung on and missed. Good movement down, and it's 1-2.
Looked like she might have literally dropped the drop ball inside on her there. Very nice pitch.
Straight up defensively are the Chipmunks. On 1-2. And got her. Great pitch away.
Great pitch.
First strikeout recorded by Martinez, and on number one in the second.
And that the strikeout in the previous inning by Ruther, and then that one just now, both examples of great pitch calls ahead in the count. They got hitters to chase on those outside corners, probably a little bit off the plate, to be honest, but great job by the pitchers of selling it as well.
Matt Johnson bats the first baseman at .426. Fouls it out of play. Watch out on the opposite field where there are always events going on here in the East Bank Little League facilities. And the 0-1. Popped up, shortstop out, center fielder on, center fielder there, making the catch is Allen for out number 2.
Nice overcall execution by Chapelle there. That's a lot more difficult than it looks like. But very, very good communication amongst the Chipmunks.
So 2 gone, and Marley Belsom will bat.
Belsom's one of them tough little players. She small in stature, but she likes to battle.
Toward third should be an easy chance. Robin in a quick 1-2-3 inning here for Martinez in the top of the second inning. So we're on to the bottom of the second, and no score here from Chapelle Softball Field at Butch Duhe Park.
0.
So that was a quick inning after a little bit of some stress in the first inning for Martinez.
You would have noticed early through 3 at-bats, both teams are being very aggressive up at the plate, which is what they're known for. The thing you have to be careful with that is you don't want to make it too easy on the pitchers. So you want to, I was always a big believer in you grind out at-bats and you extend that pitch count and you wear that pitcher down, and it pays off in the later innings. So, again, it's that fine line between being aggressive at the plate and taking advantage of the early strikes and giving the pitcher too easy of an out with, 2, 3, 4 pitch at bats.
So it'll be Nevels to be followed by Schmidt and Hammer here in the second inning. Against the right-handed offerings of Paige Ruther, who set them down in the first inning. 1, 2, 3, including a strikeout, and was impressive. In the process, again, the number 1 and 2 ranked teams in the Division I select rankings as we speak, in terms of power rankings. And interesting because the schedule's coming up. Chapelle has a daunting schedule that it has later in the season. They have really scheduled some power teams. And talking to Scott O'Brien about it, he really wanted that. He wanted not only to test his team, but for the sake of power points as well and being ready for the playoffs.
Absolutely. Iron sharpens iron. I'm a big believer in, to be the best, you got to beat the best. And to beat the best, you got to play the best. So, there's...
Nevels fouls it back. It's 0-1. 408 hitter. No homers, 13 RBI. Scott's done a great job with this program. He's a pleasure to cover and to work with and to work around, and just so impressed with the job he's done here at Chapelle.
Oh, very hard worker. I've been knowing Scott for a lot of years now. Very intense, detail-oriented, but incredibly hard worker. Done a great job, like you said.
Pitch sales high. Count is even at a ball and a strike.
And Nevels has been a big player for Chapelle this year. Not only is their full hole hitter, but she does get in to pitch quite a bit and has done a very nice job with that as well. So she's helped the team on both sides of the field.
Sinks that pitch and gets a tap foul behind the plate, and it's 1-2.
And this is where Ruther really shines. I would expect to see that screwball at some point here.
Got her to chase the high heat.
Got the rise.
Out of the zone, and that's out number 1. Well, get ahead in the count. Look, it's the same premise as baseball. If you get ahead in the count, you are a defensive hitter, and as a pitcher, you have a lot of options.
Absolutely, yeah. It's all about establishing who's going to get ahead.
Here's Kelsey Schmidt, the lone senior on this Chapelle squad. 465, 4 home runs, 19 driven in. Some player.
Monster year for Schmidt. And just
a good cut and a foul back.
And just an amazing person, just speaking with her. Very unselfish coach. Coach O'Brien was talking about this year how she voluntarily moved to right field from behind the plate just so that they could get more bats in the lineup and make it more advantageous for their offense. And asking her about it, she said, whatever it takes for the team to win.
Lost the pitch in her delivery.
Yeah. She missed on that one.
Just a little bit.
It's the old Bob Uecker going just a bit outside.
It's 1-1. I'm sure she's chuckling about it. Schmidt's saying, what was that? I don't know. Kelsey's been great. Multi-sports, a great family. I did games for her brother, who's a heck of a pitcher, Brady.
Absolutely.
That pitch is, there it is, strike call. Beautiful pitch at the knees.
Yeah, that's that screwball. Like I said, when Paige gets that going, she kind of gets in the zone. It's a tough pitch to hit. That was working real well against John Curtis. That was a big part of her success.
They had 1-2 and struck her out. Boy, she is dominating. 3 consecutive strikeouts recorded by Ruther. She set down all 5 she's faced and now deals with Bailey Hammer. A good hitter at 373 with 2 homers and 17 driven in.
Yeah, Hammer is one of those players you don't hear a lot about, but she always comes up big. Coach O'Brien had a lot of good things to say about her.
Rise ball swung on and missed. They haven't caught up to that yet. It's 0-1.
Yeah, her stuff's really, really moving today right now.
Oh, 1. Changeup. That drop ball misses down and in, 1-1.
And like you said, when you're getting ahead and your stuff's working, you can experiment with a few pitches and try to see what's working and what's not working.
A ball and a strike. Foul back. Had a good cut. 1-2 now. In the bottom of the second inning, no score in this showdown in Kenner.
Beautiful day for softball. Again, the crowd, like you said, the stadium's packed now. More still coming in.
Swing and a miss. Struck her out. Strikes out the side. Ruther has fanned 4 in a row, set down all 6 she has seen. We have played 2, and there is no score here in Kenner. And it should be noted, too, both of these programs partnered with Kenner Recreation and have really good facilities. Mount Carmel has theirs at Mus Bertolino Playground in Kenner, and Chapelle here at Butch Duhe Playground. So kudos to City of Kenner and Mike Glazer and the Recreation Department and Charlie Alon and helping facilitate this. These are good facilities, and it's great for these schools. They really need facilities. Of course, Dominican has had Harahan Playground for many years. Jefferson Parish as well.
Right. Like you said, the City of Kenner's done a great job with these 2 programs, getting them these facilities and allowing them to develop them the way they have. It's really meant a lot because the sport has grown so much. I mean, I remember the days of playing this game out at a sand lot out in the middle of nowhere, and now with no fence, no nothing, and now here we are, first-rate facilities, top of the line. Again, kudos to Kenner, rec departments, and for the cooperation. It takes a lot of effort to work together to get something like this together.
Agreed. I mean, I just think this is so good for these young ladies. Look, a lot of the public schools, especially St. Charles Parish, St. Tammany, do a great job. They have awesome facilities on campus, and not necessarily the case here in Orleans and Jefferson. And to see these entities have these, John Curtis has a really nice facility on their lower school campus, and they did a great job with that. And now these 2 programs have their home fields, which is a distinct advantage.
Oh, absolutely, and it just makes the rivalries that much better.
Paisley Bell leads it off here in the third at 3:02, the catcher. And the first pitch is on the way, and there's a swing and a fly ball to the left, right at the left fielder. Played perfectly, and Cash handles her second chance easily for round number 1. That's 5 in a row set down by Martinez. And 2 different types of pitchers. You have Martinez will pitch to contact. Ruther is more of a power pitcher.
Absolutely, yeah. Martinez definitely has that defense behind her and has no problem making sure that they get their work in. It'll be interesting to see what Mount Carmel does now, coming back up to the top of the order to see if they make any kind of adjustments.
Alfonso slaps it, but right to the third baseman, Robin, for out number 2. Good piece of hitting. Had her played perfectly. Positioning is important. 2 gone.
Absolutely. They were right where they needed to be. Shelby did her job, and so did the Chipmunks.
Emery Roussel grounded to short. Good play by DiMaggio back in the first inning.
Yeah, again, Roussel, one of them red-hot hitters that the Cubs have been capitalizing on.
Base hit up the middle. First pitch laces it into center, and Emery is on. That's how you hit 558 on the year right there.
No doubt. And the Cubs are continuing to be aggressive early. Again.
Quick hands paid off, and now you get the dangerous Hayden Traub to the plate, who singled in her first plate appearance. 6 doubles on the year.
Roussel is a threat to run. She does move well out there.
Not going, and there's another base hit to left field. Traub's 2 for 2. Roussel's going to march on the third. She will make it safely, sliding. And on the back end, taking second, is Traub. And now the Cubs have a threat with 2 outs here in the third.
And, Ken, that was great base running by Roussel with that base hit in front of her. We tell our teams all the time, if it's in front of you, you read it and you make your decision. By the time the coach tells you it's too late, you're only supposed to be. And Hayden just hit second and continued to come. She made a great read.
And now Paige Ruther trying to help her own cause. She singled her first time. Big spot here. 2 in scoring position. And this is a strike. It's 0-1.
Very poised pitch right there. And Martinez has been in this situation before, so she's not going to crumble here.
No balls and a strike. Toward third foul, and it's 0-2.
Now, if you're Ruther, you really need to change your approach a little bit here and try to get some kind of solid contact to get that run in. With an 0-2 count, you got to figure you're not going to see a real favorable pitch, at least not the one you want. So now try to get some kind of a ground ball, something deep in the outfield possibly, but some kind of solid contact here.
0-2 pitch on the way. Missed away and laid off. Hit Ruther. It's 1-2. Again, ahead in the count. You don't need to be in the zone. Gets swings quite often, but not there.
And again, I would expect Martinez to sell this next pitch, but not make it too good. Would have 1-2 count and open base.
Backing out of play, heads up, and it holds at 1-2. Tough out to get first. Big stress moment of the ball game. No score here in the top of the third.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, Ruther's got a lot of power, so you have to respect that in the outfield. But you also you got to be careful of the little flares getting through too.
One, two. Swing and a miss. Big pitch by Martinez gets Ruther to get out of the jam. With no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. That's 4 stranded by the Cubs. Bottom of the third coming. Went no score. It's a big day for Archbishop Chapelle hosting this big game. And it was a big day yesterday at Archbishop Chapelle High School as a big.
With deep gratitude and joy, I am proud to announce a transformational gift of $3.5 million toward the construction of Incarnate Word Hall, generously given by Ms. Benson and the Gail and Tom Benson Charitable Foundation.
Oh, extremely generous, and that's what keeps Catholic education going in this city. Is the generosity of a lot of different benefactors, but none bigger than the Benson family. I know my alma mater, has benefited greatly from their generosity, and I'm glad to see that Chapelle will as well. Again, I can't say enough about what those kind of funds and those resources do for these schools and for these students.
Well, certainly, the Catholic education has been a big force of the Bensons for so many years, both in New Orleans and San Antonio. But in New Orleans, look, we can throw it out there. Brother Martin, Archbishop Rummel, huge donation. Jesuit with the gymnasium, what's happened there. Archbishop Chapelle, and counting. I mean, they've just done wonderful things for these institutions of higher learning, and they are institutions of higher learning, and they mold our future leaders. And
absolutely.
So grateful for that, and so happy for Archbishop Chapelle too.
Absolutely.
With what they have now, and it's only going to improve things even more at this great institution. Here's Ava Martinez taking a ball. It's 1-0. Martinez at .310. She's driven in 9 runs on the season. Facing Ruther, who's been dynamite thus far. 6 up, 6 down, 4 straight strikeouts, and more fans still piling in here. There's the 1-0.
Ruther's been in a rhythm so far.
Strike call to the knees. It's 1-1. Has not gotten past 2 balls to any hitter thus far. 1-1 the count. Both pitchers in that regard have had good command.
Absolutely. And like you said, when you get ahead, the momentum shifts to your favor when you're the pitcher. You can do a lot more. And I know I used to always use the term "don't handcuff me" when I was calling pitches. As a pitch caller, it gives you so many more options and so much variety, especially when you have a pitcher with the tools that these 2 pitchers have.
Missed down. It's 2-1. Good take by Martinez, and now a swing and a fly ball to center. Center fielder back. It won't get it. It's up against the wall. Holds it first with a single. I hope she's all right. Still isn't up yet.
Looks like
center
her
field Alfonso. I hope she didn't get caught up in it.
It looks like her cleat or
that's what
her
I'm
turf
saying.
She might have got caught underneath the fence there.
Yeah, they're coming out. Boy, I don't like this. It is a chain link fence that has a cover to it.
Yeah, sometimes your shoelaces can get
Okay, I
caught
think that's what
that.
happened. She looks to be fine, but she got caught up in it. And
looked like she might have lost the ball in the sun or something right at the very end there, because it seemed like she had a decent jump on it, but then the combination of that and then slipping under that fence there, my old friend David Mocklin out there, the trainer for MCA, checking on her. But,
David Mocklin.
She appears to be okay.
Been doing that for a while.
A long-time assistant coach.
Bringing to the plate, third baseman number 1, Addie Robon.
And this is a big...
Addie Robon bats, and you get a courtesy runner at second base as well.
And now you have a lot of options here. You can obviously...
Molly Johnson. Yep.
You have a good runner on second and the courtesy runner. You have the short game in play. You have a runner in scoring position, so you don't necessarily have the short game. But I would think that they might try to move this runner over. With runs seem to be at a premium right now.
Here's Robon, and that's high for a ball.
And that shows you what I know.
There you go. Want to know the count?
And a lot of it depends on your hitter, too.
Well, sure, yeah. You'd like to get that runner to third
if
with
your
less than
hitter's,
2 outs. Yeah.
If your hitter's hot, though, you sometimes you just let the big dog hunt. You don't mess up a good thing.
250 hitter with a homer, 10 driven in. Robon waits from the right side out of a crouch and takes a strike call.
Nice screwball inside.
Ball and a strike. We're in the bottom of the third. No score here. Chapelle with its first opportunity with a runner in scoring position after the double by Martinez.
I think the combination of not wanting a ground ball to the right side and it's a go-to pitch, you might see a screwball here.
Showed bunt here, and there goes the runner for third, and she'll get there. Catcher didn't handle it cleanly, and Chapelle has the go-ahead run at third base with nobody out here.
Excellent piece of base running right there. She read the ball to the turf. I was going to say dirt, but to the turf, and took off immediately. There was really going to be no chance to get her there once that ball hit the turf.
Has to go as a stolen base.
Yes, sir.
For Johnson.
Now ahead in the count.
And that's her 8th stolen base of the season. There's a strike. Count evens at 2-2.
And I can tell you that, especially when you have a pitcher and a catcher who can get on base, that courtesy runner a lot of times is a tremendous advantage in softball.
Oh, makes a huge difference.
I remember having a few very young athletes who kind of cut their teeth in softball being that courtesy runner.
It is just up in the first 3-ball count. Good take on the rise ball, and it's 3-2. That's what you call an out pitch. You're not going to do anything with it, but pop it up if you get to it.
I would expect a screwball here, but I've been wrong before in this game. So.
Well, it's been changing the eye level, going up and down consistently. She went up there. Let's see if you get what you asked for. You did, and struck her out looking. Great pitch.
Very nice pitch. And
goes down.
that was going to be a tough pitch to hit either way. That was in the perfect spot.
It's a huge out with that runner at third. Now 1 out, and now it's on Abby Capella to get the job done. 370, a homer, 9 driven in for Abby. She stands in from the right side. Sophomore, swing and a miss.
This becomes a critical at bat for Chapelle and for Mount Carmel here. To get that second out would be obviously huge for Mount Carmel. Get that run across, huge for Chapelle. Obviously, this is the biggest at bat of the game so far.
And strike called 0-2. Today's coverage of Crescent City Sports is brought to you by Frisch Shirts and Impostano Personal Injury Law, proud to support Archbishop Chapelle softball. Thanks to Dominic Impostano for his support here today to help make this happen.
Ball here.
0-2, way high and outside. So it's 1-2, a show me pitch.
Yeah, and that's not a bad miss there. You wasn't quite in close enough to sell it, but you changed the eye angle like you said, and now you can change speed, you can change eye angle.
And laid off, went back to the rise ball away, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
This might be the time to come inside.
Capella steps out, wants to put it in play with that runner at third with good speed. And 1 out. And the pitch, and high again. So great job by Capella. She's not biting, and it's full 3-2.
And here you have a lot of interesting possibilities if a walk is drawn with second base open and a runner on third. Some of us coaches like to pull some shenanigans when those things happen.
Payoff pitch. Laid off. Ball 4. Great bat by Capella. She would not go for the rise ball, and she's on, and now we'll see how they play it with runners at the corners and 1 out.
Now you get another one of those. Now you're going to have both courtesy runners on base.
Correct.
So you're going to have speed everywhere. First and third, and the top of the order up. This is a key moment for the Chapelle offense.
Caroline Roche will run it first. And now back to the top of the order, and Taylor Allen. She popped a short her first time.
These were in talking with Claire Murphy and Hayden Traub, 2 of the senior starters from Mount Carmel. These were the moments they were talking about in the pregame about not letting the pressure get to you, just making sure you make a play in a situation like this and knowing there's more game left to play.
Runners at the corners, 1 out. First pitch. That's high. Runner at first baits it. Doesn't get the throw. It's 1-0.
Every group has a number of plays for this situation, but it definitely intensifies in a game like this to make sure you make the right call on first and third.
Allen bunts it. Runner for the
Squeeze.
plate. She will score. Throw to first, out. And it's 1-0 Chipmunks on a well-executed squeeze bunt by Taylor Allen. Exchanges the out for a run.
Very, very well executed by Allen. Perfectly bunted. Great jump at third base. And again, Ruther fielded it and knew her only option was first base. So kudos to her for making sure, for not trying to make a circus play that wasn't makeable. But great execution by Chapelle there.
Chipmunks on top. And another runner in scoring position. And here is DiMaggio, grounded to third. Good play by V-Shot, first time up. Swing and a pop-up to right. Second baseman out, right fielder in, right fielder there. And making the catch is Murphy. And the threat ends. But a run crosses the plate. It happens on one hit with no errors and one stranded. First left for the Chipmunks. We've played 3. And Chapelle leads Mount Carmel 1-0. Ava Martinez delivering the important blow there. A double the center and creates the opportunity and
Helps
creates the
herself.
lead for herself, right?
Absolutely. Nothing like helping yourself, when you're in the circle. And again, I think for Chapelle here, you just got to keep making plays. And if you're Mount Carmel, you have to put together some good at-bats this inning. The last thing you want to do, I'm not saying they have to score this inning, but what they don't want to do is come up and just give Martinez an easy inning. You want to have to make them work for it a little bit, make the defense work a little bit, which they have so far, but also make the pitcher labor a little bit. So we'll see what the approach is.
Back to the mound goes Martinez, now armed with a 1-0 lead. She'll be facing V-Shot, Murphy, and Johnson here in the 4th inning. And a beautiful day. It's cool, but it's not like it was yesterday when the wind was blowing 40 miles an hour.
Oh, goodness.
So there were baseball games yesterday, and you talk about brutal.
I didn't want to leave the house yesterday.
Yeah, it was difficult. I had one of my reporters covering the game at Maestri Field with Brother Martin in St. Paul's, and I talked to Jeff Lupo this morning. He says the roughest conditions they've ever played in. Here's Sage V-Shot to lead it off. Line to left in the first inning to end a threat. Up there again in the 4th and taking one that is called a strike. It's 0-1.
V-Shot, usually a very disciplined hitter. I'd expect a good at-bat out of her. Again, came up big in the district game against John Curtis. Just been a solid player in her years at Mount Carmel so far.
0-1 and a strike over the outside edge. Looked like a breaking ball. It's 0-2.
Yeah, it looked like it might have been her curveball there.
No balls and 2 strikes to Sage V-Shot, leading off the top of the 4th inning. Another. Towards center. Handled by the center fielder, Allen, for out number 1.
Good beat on the ball by Allen. Again, the Chapelle outfield's had its work today, but they've answered the call for sure.
Martinez hit her spot, outer portion, got that toward the end of the bat. And with one gone, here's Claire Murphy, who struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. The only strikeout recorded by Martinez to this point. But not really a strikeout pitcher. It's a ground foul. She's pitched coming in 50 innings, 36 strikeouts on the year.
Yeah, and then, and she'll get her strikeouts here and there, but she's definitely, she spins it and hits her spots and lets that Chipmunk defense do their job. And again, that's when you have confidence in your team, that it makes it much easier for a pitcher to do that. But pitching the contact is a lost art sometimes.
No balls and a strike. Toward left, in the gap, that's trouble, and it's getting down. Up against the wall, in the second base, standing with a double, is Claire Murphy, and the Cubs get something going here in the 4th.
Yeah, big hit for the Cubs senior there, Claire Murphy. Looked like she turned on an inside pitch and did what she was supposed to do with it, got it in that right center field gap. And like you said, a stand-up double there.
Nat Johnson bats, fly to center in the 2nd inning. Tying run in scoring position with 1 out. Johnson takes one high.
I'm not sure what the scouting reports say, but the Chapelle corners are playing up quite a bit. So I don't know if they're expecting a one-out bunt here, but they're actually, they're respecting the bunt here.
1-0. Towards center. Allen waiting, got the catch. Tag, but no advance, and 2 gone. And Allen's been busy in center field, her 3rd put out of the game. And now Marley Belsom, who grounded the 3rd in the 2nd inning.
Number 2, Marley Belsom.
It's been very difficult to put together back-to-back hits this game with these 2 pitchers. So we'll see if, or put 2 in 1 inning together, to be honest. But I think the Cubs did it in the 1st. But
Drop ball in there for a strike call.
Belsom's got some wheels too, so any ground ball is definitely an issue.
0-1. And that's trouble into left field. That is a base hit around 3rd, but stopping there is Murphy. Belsom singles to left, and she pumps her arms in the air, trying to ignite her dugout. And now runners at the corners with 2 outs. And an opportunity for Paisley Bell. She flew out to left her first time, as the Cubs have now put 6 hits on the board, but they haven't punched one across yet.
Yeah, this would be an opportunity here. This is one of the younger.
You know that one. There's
I
a pitch
definitely
down,
know that one.
and there's a stolen base for Belsom. I can't imagine what she's doing. She's watching this, I'm sure. So Belsom in the second base with a stolen base, and now 2 runners in scoring position and a 1-0 count.
Paisley Bell, one of those young Cub players you're talking about, the sophomore catcher, having a really good season in her first year behind the plate for the Cubs.
It's down, and now it's 2-0.
This is a tough spot as a pitcher here. You're down, you're behind in the count on the 9-hole hitter with 2 outs. You don't want to bring the top of the order up, but runners are in scoring position. You have to be careful what you throw here.
2-0, and that is a ball. So it is 3-0. Now there is a base open, but you got the top of the order coming up. Bell has a home run. She's got 3 doubles as well on the season.
Yeah, it's a real precarious position to be in as a pitcher and as a pitch caller, obviously. I would imagine they're going to have the hold on here.
The 3-0. Swung at it and fouled it. Didn't have really a pitch to hit there. That pitch was in under the hands. It's 3-1.
Yeah. And Coach Matthews has confidence in his hitters. I've been knowing him a very long time. If he feels like, they can do it. I know a lot of the prevailing philosophy is 3-0. It's an automatic take for most hitters. But Coach Matthews will let them go if he feels like they're ready and they're going to get the right pitch.
3-1. Change up, beat on the ground down the third base side, foul. So she really let up there and had her a little bit out in front. And it's full 3-2.
It's turning into a good little battle here.
Certainly is. So full of 3 balls and 2 strikes.
I almost said this is the biggest at-bat of the game thus far, but I feel like I've said that 3 or 4 times already.
And out in front of another off-speed pitch, down and in, fouls it.
In a pitcher's battle like this, I guess every at-bat's a big one. You never know when a run's going to come.
Well, Cubs have been able to put the ball in play consistently. They've only struck out once.
Absolutely.
Or actually twice, 2 strikeouts. Another payoff pitch coming, and here it is. Change speeds again and fouled it. So she's going with her off-speed pitches 3 times in a row.
Showing a lot of confidence in that changeup with a 3-2 count.
Out in front, but contact every time to stay alive. Eh?
Yeah, that's 2-strike approach. You got to just keep the at-bat alive and hope that the pitcher misses and you can get something to drive.
Another 3-2 pitch. Here it is. And a base hit to center field. 1 run is home. 2 runs are going to score. And the Cubs take a 2-1 lead on a 2-out, 2-run single by Paisley Bell. Paisley Bell comes through, and Paisley right now has her team on top.
You're going to see a courtesy runner here for Coach Matthews, but like you said, just kept fouling that changeup off and keeping the at-bat alive, and then got a pitch that she could do something with and sent it right back up the middle. Big clutch hit for the sophomore catcher for the Cubs.
And at the top of the order, Shelby Alfonso, who's fly to left and lined to third. That's 7 hits now for the Cubs. They have really done a good job against Martinez.
And to your point, they haven't swung and missed a lot. They've been putting bat on ball and forcing the issue, and a lot of times they start to find holes.
As a slash towards short, nice pick. DiMaggio on the money with the throw. Good pick by Impostado. And the inning is over, but Mount Carmel has an inning with 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and Strand, their 5th runner of the game. Bottom of the 4th coming. It's Mount Carmel Academy 2, Archbishop Chapelle 1, and which turned out to be exactly what we thought this game would be. Today's coverage on Crescent City Sports is brought to you by Visit Kenner. From the river to the lake, Kenner has it all. Plan your next visit. Go to visitkenner.us for more information. Thanks to the city of Kenner, where we are right now, for supporting this and helping make this possible here today.
I tell you what, having grown up not far from here, there are so many things to do in Kenner. Over the years, they've just developed this area so nicely, and there's so many beautiful areas, just whether it's recreation or dining out, or the city of Kenner's done a wonderful job building this city up.
2 great institutions, Archbishop Chapelle, Mount Carmel. And boy, don't I know it, with deep ties on both sides. My niece set the home run record at Chapelle back in the day.
I believe I was coaching against her then.
Yeah, Brittany Scheck-Snyder, and my daughter, Sabrina, was a Mount Carmel graduate who had some certain teachers. I don't know.
Some guy.
Somewhere along the lines. These are great places. And I tell parents all the time, there's so many really good choices to make, and your children have to be comfortable academically, socially, spiritually, and if you have those 3 elements, man, you're going to love your school, and that's where you need to be. Can't make a bad choice. These are really good institutions.
You really, really can't. Just quality people running all these organizations.
Mia Impostado leads it off. Mia struck out swinging to end the first inning. And a swing and a foul. She hit it hard, but foul down the left field side. And it's 0-1. You will get back in.
If I'm Coach O'Brien right now, I'm thinking base runners. It's, having the other team going through the lineup their 3rd time. We were about halfway through the 2nd time for your team here. You want to start stringing some at-bats together where you can get some base runners, put a little pressure on the Cub defense.
High for a ball, 1-1. Mia's mom in administration at Archbishop Chapelle. Shannon, I know she's enjoying this. 1-1 the count.
And the show knows connections. Her grandmother used to be a teacher at Mount Carmel.
There's a line drive base hit. Beautiful short swing, and Mia, who's such a good hitter, is on with a leadoff single here in the 4th as the Chipmunks try to answer.
Very good hitter, and that's a huge leadoff hit for the Chipmunks, excuse me. Impostado does an excellent job consistently going to the opposite field from the left side of the plate. Just a great piece of hitting right there. Went with the pitch.
Liv Neville's to the plate. Struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. Outstanding 2-way player. Took it high for a ball. Chapelle, as the game has progressed, has done a considerably better job of laying off the rise ball. They were going after it in the 1st inning and have really adjusted to that pitch pretty well.
It's been a good adjustment. You saw it with that with the walk in the last inning that they were able to lay off of it a little bit and figure it out.
Good take by Nevels on the drop ball. It's 2-0. Runner first, nobody out. Bottom of the 4th, 2-1 lead, 2-1 for Mount Carmel. To 3rd, and it drops in fair territory. That'll be a bloop single just over the head of V-Shot. Thought she might have a beat on it. Yeah, couldn't quite get there, and it's 2 on, nobody out.
Yeah, her and Hayden Traub had a good break on the ball, but it found a spot there. It puts Chapelle in a good situation here. With Kelsey coming up now, the bunt could be in order. You could swing away. Again, runners are in scoring position. You have a lot of options here.
Kelsey stands in, struck out swinging in the 2nd. With 2 on, nobody out. Big spot for the Chipmunks. Going to swing and took it for a strike. It's 0-1. She'll take a look down now.
And again, I'm not surprised she's swinging away, or at least was right there, being your senior leader, big hitter. She's been in this moment before. It's not too big for her.
Toward 3rd foul, so quickly in the hole, 0-2.
Now I'm interested to see if Coach Traub comes back with the Rosball with Ruther, or if since they've been laying off of it, or if he tries to go to that go-to screwball here.
0-2 pitch. Swing and a drive to left, hit extremely well. That ball is gone. It is a 3-run home run for Kelsey Schmidt. And the Chipmunks have taken a 4-2 lead. No doubt when she made contact.
Yeah, that was gone as soon as it hit the bat. I think they tried to go inside. I think it caught a little too much of the plate. And Kelsey, being the hitter she is, just turned on it and did exactly what big hitters do in big situations. And there's your senior leader right there.
Well, your leading home run hitter just showed you why. Her 5th home run of the season. And the Chipmunks take a 4-2 lead. And we'll get a visit to the mound here. After that development, boy, these two teams going back and forth at each other. Chapelle scores a run. Mount Carmel answers with 2. And Chapelle answers with 3.
Yeah, this is
still going.
This is a classic Catholic League battle right now. I would imagine Coach Traub, the pitching coach for Mount Carmel's out there, telling them just to calm down. It's still a close game. There's a lot of ball left to be played. Just to keep your composure and make plays. Again, if you let something get to you too much in a game like this, it can slip away really, really fast. So I'm assuming that's what Coach was trying to just calm his defense down and just kind of refocus, reset them.
Still nobody on the inning. With 3 consecutive hits. Bailey Hammer will bat. She struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. Straight up, infield, shortstop, put away by Traub for out number 1.
Flies out to the shortstop for first out of the inning.
1 gone, and here is Ava Martinez, who ripped a double and scored the first run. Her courtesy runner did back in the 3rd inning.
Yep, Martinez with another chance to help herself out here, get on base, and possibly get another run across.
1-0. One-0 pitch. That misses down. It's 2-0.
And you can see she's laboring a little bit out there right now. Not quite as sharp as she was in the early innings, but more than capable of getting it back.
2-0 pitch. And that one is a strike called at the knees, 2-1. 3 runs home here in the 4th for the Chipmunks on a 3-run homer by Kelsey Schmidt. And that one is down. Oh, no, he called it a strike. Had to wait. And it's 2-2. Reception, a little difficult with the backstop here. The cement elevation.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, they tend to go to that screwball when they need it.
Drive to left center field. That's trouble. That's down. Rounding first and checking in there. Martinez, and she having a day. 2 for 2 at the plate. 2 extremely well-hit balls. And the 4th hit of the inning for the Chipmunks, and Martinez will get some relief here as Molly Johnson comes on. And Molly stole a base earlier and obviously was the first run for the Chipmunks.
And definitely a threat to go right here, try to put a little bit of extra pressure on the Cubs while they're on their back heels a little bit.
Yeah, especially with the lead, you have a little luxury, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. You're trying to apply maximum pressure right now if you can. Put the defense to work.
Eddie Roban struck out looking her first time. Pops this one right back here. And there it is, up on the roof. I knew it was going to hit. 0-1. I was getting ready to stick my hand out. I don't have the glove, but didn't have to.
I was about to jump under the table.
No balls and a strike. I mean, it happened to me before doing AAA games. I got 1 ball, actually 2 balls, one that hit the top of the booth, bounced in. The other one came right in.
Nice.
And I'll be the first one to admit I did not catch either one. And I did duck.
Well, where I'm sitting right now, we'll have a Roy Hobbs moment The glass shattering
So
everywhere.
shatter as a liner down the left field side, foul. And it's 1-2, or 0-2, pardon me. Yeah, right, that's a good one. Fouled straight back. Get the newspaper reporter. That was Robert Duvall.
Yeah,
lost
the
him.
late Robert Duvall.
Lost him most recently. Yeah, great actor.
Yes, indeed.
0-2 the
Great
count.
movie, too.
Oh, gosh, loved it. Watched it 5,000 times, I think.
Absolutely.
If it's a baseball movie, I've seen it 5,000 times.
Oh,
Name
there's
one.
no doubt. No doubt.
That's a given. 0-2. Missing down. Throw to first. Runner back. Ollie Johnson taking some liberties, as you might imagine.
Absolutely.
Got Don Whitmer on the staff now at Chapelle.
Coach Whitmer's been around the Catholic League a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Coached a lot of good programs.
1-2. Out of play, left side. Heads up. Oh, my. That was close. Holding it 1-2. Everything is in play here with this facility. Foul territory. A lot of children running around down there. Good thing. Never caught anybody. Holds it 1-2. Change up down. Laid off. It's 2-2.
Yeah, it seems like Chapelle's sitting on that screwball of Ruther's right now. They know that's their go-to pitch.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like they're waiting on that and trying to force it to go to something else here.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner first, 1 out. And laid off again. They're seeing her pitches so much better than they did. First 2 innings, she just dominated. Since then, they've made just great adjustments at the plate.
Absolutely, yeah. It's been a tale of two different teams as far as what their approach was in the beginning. But again, that's what good teams do. They adjust as the game goes on.
Out of play, look out again. Oh, wow. Holding at 3-2. Every time a ball goes foul here, I hold my breath. Holding at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Fouled it back. Boy, this is a good battle. Really good at bat. We're going to see pitch number 9 in this at bat.
Yeah, she's doing a good job of hanging in there. It's a classic pitcher-hitter battle.
Longest at bat of the game we've had. Pink bat in hand. Addie will measure it and be ready to stand back in.
That pink bat's the new thing this year. That and red, white, and blue, the 2 big ones.
Back here to the netting. This is some battle. We're about to see the 10th pitch of the at-bat. And right about now, pitcher's saying, all right, I've shown her everything. What do I have to get her out with?
And I've always felt like these kind of battles end up favoring the hitter in one way, shape, or form, just because, again, you've given them everything you've had. They keep fouling them off. They keep hanging around. The odds shift in your favor once you can get it past the
fouls it back again. We'll see an 11th pitch. Well, that was the at-bat Paisley Bell had when she singled home
Precisely.
the 2 runs. She had she fouled off 2 pitches on 3 and 2 and then laced a 2-run single.
We used to have a stat when I coached at Hahnville, and I don't know how true it was across teams, but if we could extend a 2-strike at bat, 5 pitches past 2 strikes, our odds went up 10% each time the ball was thrown after that.
Toward third, what do you know? Foul ball. Let's do it again. So we'll see a 12th pitch in this at-bat.
Tremendous at-bat. Just good 2-strike hitting, too. She's not trying to do too much, not swinging out of her shoes, trying to drive one over the fence, just trying to make solid contact and keep the at-bat alive. And again, that's good 2-strike hitting. And then you hope the pitcher makes a mistake and you can either get something to advance the runner or get something you can drive.
Another 3-2. Foul back to the netting. Oh, let's go 13 pitches in the at-bat. Why not? She's getting tired of swinging, and Ruther's getting tired of making pitches.
Yeah, it's like they're both on a treadmill. Constantly working.
Some battle. Back in. Roban waits and hits it straight up. First baseman, catcher converge. Catcher wants it, can't and does not handle it.
Well, we get to see another pitch.
If the first baseman can get that ball, that's an easier play for her coming forward, right?
Yeah, always. The player coming forward should always have, unless the catcher can rotate around and get in front of the ball, so to speak, it's always an easier play coming forward. We always teach third baseman, first baseman, overcall over the pitcher catcher on any kind of situation like that.
No error. It's a no play, and this will be the 14th pitch of the at-bat. Toward left, hit a ton, and it is a foul ball by about 4 feet.
Isn't that ironic?
Wow. Crushed it. Just foul. Now the fans beyond the fence are saying fair. Of course, they're all wearing green. As you might imagine. It is St. Patrick's Day.
Well, why not? I mean, I'd be, for my team, I'd be calling for it fair, too. You never know when you might get one.
Hey, Roban, one in at bat. This is 15 pitches and still going. And 3-2 the count. And I've called a lot of games already this year at every level. Junior college, high school, and this is the longest at bat I have seen.
I feel like we ought to implement the football rule, a timeout for hydration.
Back here.
Here it comes.
That's ours. Oh, my. We will see a 16th pitch in the at-bat. This is something else.
Regardless of outcome, I got to give it to both these kids. They are fighting out there. This is a classic softball battle.
I mean, you keep pumping.
Again, that's why I've always said these battles, especially at 3-2, favor the pitcher. I mean, favor the hitter. But again, you never know.
And laid off and walks. What an at-bat. Well, I mean, you can't keep throwing strike after strike after strike after strike. Sooner or later, right?
Right.
That's one of the best at-bats you'll see anytime, anywhere.
That was a tremendous at-bat. That might have been the at-bat of the game there.
Roban with a walk. 2 on, 1 out. Something else right there.
Yep.
There's Abby Chapelle. Walked her first time.
As I say, Chapelle kind of got it started. The Chapelle run started when she drew that walk to her last at-bat.
1-0 the count, laid off again. They're seeing these pitches so much better. And really, both pitchers having to work extremely hard.
Yeah, they're definitely laboring now.
And that's up in the zone. It's 2-0.
And if you're Mount Carmel, you're trying to stop the bleeding here, get out of this inning, and give your hitters who have been swinging the bat fairly well another chance before it gets out of hand. You don't want them to build a big inning here.
Out of play right side. That'll end up on the other field. It's 2-1. Complex that has 4 fields out here, 3 for the East Bank Little League and the Chapelle field.
It's a beautiful complex. They've done, again, can't say enough good things about what they've done out here.
Two and 1. And good pitch.
Nice pitch.
Got to be a strike. It is 2-2. 4-2 Chipmunks here in the bottom of the 4th inning in this showdown in District 9 5A. In the air, right field, playable, handled, and a good job to throw a strike by Murphy. It's 2 gone.
Yeah, that was smart by the Chapelle base runner not to go. Claire Murphy has one of the best arms in the state in right field. She threw that one on the dime. That's a big out for the Cubs there, just to get that second out, and hopefully they can work some magic here.
Here's Taylor Allen, who's popped to short and grounded out.
But I would say good contact hitter up here. I don't think Chapelle's going anywhere just yet.
Taylor takes it down for a ball. It's 1-0. And 1-1.
This is the top of Chapelle's order again. Just need to get this out to stop the big bangers from coming up.
Toward right, once again should be handled, and Murphy has it. Inning over, but the Chipmunks send 8 to the plate in the inning, and they score 3 runs on 4 hits with no errors, and Chapelle strands 2. They've left 3, and after 4, the Chipmunks lead it by the score of 4-2 over Mount Carmel. Ken Trahan with Jerry Nugent with you, and of course, we're thrilled that you could join us here on CrescentCitySports.com. You look at these programs' history, of course, Mount Carmel Academy. State titles in 2008 and 2017. Finished in the semifinals that year. State title game in 2021. Most recently, of course, Chapelle won a state title in 2024. Runner-up in 2004. And let's see, the 2018 knew something about that team. I don't know, just thinking out loud.
Yeah, they were a pretty good team. Yeah, they the 2 of the premier programs in the state, really. They both, Coach O'Brien and Coach Matthews have just, I know both of them personally. They are just relentless with their work ethic and the amount of time they put in. And, you know, again, it's a labor of love. Nobody's ever going to get rich being a high school softball coach, but the hours they put in, you would think you would, just because, again, it just, they put in the time like you're making millions of dollars when, you know, really, it's about the players and it's about growing the sport, and they both do it the right way. So I'm very proud of both these programs and to be associated with them.
Huge fan of both coaches, really good people, aside from being good coaches, and a pleasure to deal with, and that's a statement of fact. And I want to thank Scott personally for facilitating us being here today. Gracious as can be, as always, and we couldn't be more thankful. So here we go.
2, 3, 4.
The 5th. Emery Roussel leads it off and takes a strike call. Roussel grounded to short. Good play by DiMaggio in the first and singled in the third. Let's see if the Cubs can answer.
And this was what the Cubs seniors were talking about, being able to play when the pressure's on. I think here, as a hitter, you can't panic. You've got to just take it one pitch at a time, one at-bat at a time, and just try to get a base runner and pass the bat, so to speak.
Toward first foul, it's 0-2.
I know that sounds easy, but it's a lot harder when you're in one of these games where you're playing your rival and you're down and you just had a big inning. But
line drive, base hit, left field. Beautiful piece of hitting by Roussel. She's some hitter.
Yeah, she just continues to be the hottest hitter on this team right now. I mean, she is living on base and she's using the whole field. And that's a great start for the Cubs with 3, 4, 5 coming up now.
Bringing to the plate, shortstop number 5, Hayden Traub.
Hayden Traub will bat. Traub has had a big game. She's singled and doubled. Mount Carmel has got 8 hits in this game. And here's another hard hit ball to third, second, and no. Ooh. Throw is wide, and runners are at first and second with nobody out. That'll be a fielder's choice. Robon came up with it nicely. Second baseman had to break for the back, so you got to throw it to the spot, and the throw is a little bit behind her.
Yeah,
and Hammer couldn't handle it.
Yeah, a little tough of a play there, but I tell you what, excellent base running by Roussel, perfect slide to get in, and you know, now you're in a position where Ruther can help herself get a couple of those runs back possibly.
So now 2 on, nobody out. Ruther bats. We'll see how they play it. They just singled and struck out as a fielder's choice. And that is a strike. It's 0-1.
I tell you what, though, I'm very impressed. Neither one of these teams are going away. You know, they both kind of taken their lumps, and they just keep fighting back, both of them. Wouldn't have it any other way.
No balls and a strike. And that one misses away.
I don't know if it was a fastball or a curve. They tried to go outside, definitely. It just didn't quite get enough.
Ball and a strike. 2 on, nobody out. Big chance for the Cubs, trailing by 2. Tying runs are on. Go ahead and run at the plate with power. Toward third, foul. And 1-2 the count.
One of those tough 2-strike positions here. Again,
Now we're in the 5th inning. Chapelle is oftentimes later in games gone to Neville's on the mound. We'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah, and I think for Coach O'Brien, it's going to be a matter of feel. Sometimes your pitcher gets in a rhythm. Sometimes, you just have that feel that it's time to make a move.
Missing away.
When I spoke with him earlier, he has total confidence in both pitchers.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Another. Bangs it foul. Again, they've done a very good job. Contact here has been the key for Mount Carmel. Only 2 strikeouts, putting the ball in play.
Absolutely. When you make the defense work, you never know what's going to happen.
As we saw a moment ago.
Yes, sir.
Holding it 2-2. 2 on, nobody out. 2-run lead for Chapelle in the 5th. And this is toward third. The play will be to first. Runners will advance to second and third. It's like a sacrifice, and it's 1 out.
Yeah, it was a nice changeup, nice off-speed pitch. Managed to get the bat on the ball, like you said, get the runner over. And third baseman very wisely made the only play she had. Again, sign of a good disciplined team. Sometimes you'll see a player try to make a circus play there, but you take what they give you sometimes.
Good job by Robin. And now here's Sage Vishot, who's flying to left and flying to center. Toward left like a shot into the corner. That's going to tie the game. On her way to second goes Vishot with a 2-run double. We're tied 4-4.
I got to believe Vishot was looking for an inside pitch. She jumped on it right out the gates there. And Sage Vishot for the 2nd week in a row in a big district game comes up huge.
First pitch she saw. This game's tied. Go ahead, run at second. 1 out. Claire Murphy, who doubled her last trip and scored, is 1 for 2.
And here you got to be careful if you're Chapelle, because Murphy, like you said, big double last inning. She's also an excellent bunter.
And this is a strike. It's 0-1. Pokes it foul. Out of play. No balls, 2 strikes.
And I think here, if you're Claire Murphy, you got to be expecting them to go with something outside. That's where they seem to like to throw her, and I think they got her earlier in the game going, I think, a ball off. But it also creates an opportunity. If you get it close enough, you can get that ground ball to the right side and advance that runner to second. To third, pardon me.
Rise ball away. Ball and 2 strikes. 2 runs home, 1 out. Tied at 4. Top of the 5th.
Again, I would expect them to try to stay away again. I know her bread and butter's been inside most of the year.
Rise ball missing. It's 2-2.
And you're starting to see both the teams make the adjustments now. They're getting behind in counts, but then they're laying off of the throwaway pitches.
Steps out.
So she may have a little something around.
Right. Yep.
Can't say dirt. We're on turf.
Well, you worry about those pellets.
Those rubber pellets.
Yeah, that's the biggest issue. I know at football it's a major issue. A lot of players now wear those face guards.
I spend hours banging one of my shoes when I coach on turf.
It's automatic. 2-2. This is in the center. Should be handled. Allen, who's been busy, has another catch. And that's a 2nd out. Murphy retired. Nat Johnson will bat. Speaking of Allen in center, Johnson has flat out twice to her.
Yeah, not so much right, but left and center for Chapelle have had a big day today. They've answered the bell, but they've had a lot of work sent their way.
Here's Johnson.
Like you said, Martinez, being a pitch to contact kind of kid, has total confidence in her outfield.
Missing away. 1-0. That is down. It's 2-0.
Again, here with an open base, you don't have to necessarily throw a fat pitch, but you definitely don't want to lose this batter if you can.
Towards short. Hit the runner.
Hit the runner.
That will take care of that. And the inning will be over, so that'll be a 6 unassisted. In the inning, the Cubs tied with 2 runs on 2 hits.
After 4.5.
And Strand, a runner. They've left a total of 6 in the game. Let's take a stretch here. And Kenner, we're tied 4-4 going to the bottom of the 5th inning. Well, this is the kind of game we expected, kind of game we hope for. It's the kind of game we're getting, right?
Absolutely. This is a heavyweight battle we have on our hands here. One throws a punch, the other one throws one right back, and it's, I guess, not to be unexpected. This is kind of exactly what these two teams have done every time they square off. It's what we've become accustomed to, and it's probably going to come down to who has the opportunity last.
Bottom of the 5th inning arrives, and we're tied at 4. In today's coverage on Crescent City Sports is brought to you by Superior Benefit Solutions, who take great pride in bringing a 5-star service to the community. Whether it be attracting or retaining quality employees, competitive benefit packages, or cost savings, they are here to provide solutions. No business is too large or too small. Contact Justin Manali at 504-307-8905 or visit SuperiorBenefitSolutions.com for all your insurance and employee benefit needs. So 4-4, bottom of the 5th. I saw my dear friend. Spent a lot of time on doing games of his, covering him and watching him, and serving on an alumni board at our alma mater at Archbishop Rummel. Craig Stelz, only player to ever have his number retired.
Archbishop
Rummel football.
Rummel Hall of Famer.
He's awesome. And he's a really nice guy.
Good guy, yeah.
There's a pitch that got away from her and landed about 10 feet in front of the plate. It's 1-0 to DiMaggio, who's grounded out and flied out. Yeah, he and Kevin. His brother Kevin's a great guy, too. Super family.
Craig's dipping his toe in the softball pool a little bit. He coaches at the same travel organization I do now with one of the younger teams. So he's getting involved with that, learning how to coach young girls now, which is a little bit of a difference from the NFL and SEC, I would imagine.
You think? Pitch is high. It's 2-0. Brother Kevin and son started Rummel this past year. Here's the 2-0.
Good family.
Misses down. It's 3-0. So, Linda, if you're listening, just said hi to you. It's all good. Yeah, just so many family ties, so many people that we know at these schools.
Oh, yeah, that's the beauty of this community and the city, for that matter, and the Catholic League. Everybody knows everybody. It's definitely a connected atmosphere.
3-0's a strike called. She was taking, was DiMaggio, trying to get something started. Tied 4-4, bottom of the 5th inning. 3-1. Towards short. Glove cleanly. Traub throws her out. One gone. DiMaggio grounds out, and now Mia Impastato, who struck out and lined a single to left center and scored a run for the Chipmunks.
Yeah, Mia got fooled a little bit in the first at-bat, but then came back with a really nice piece of hitting to be a part of that big inning that Chapelle had.
Saw Dominic here earlier. Arrived early. Pitch high for a ball. 1-0. Serves on my board for the Saints Hall of Fame, which I run. 1-0 the count. And helping sponsor this game today, which we appreciate. There's a hard hit ball right to the third baseman, throws her out. V-shot. Again, Impastato, as you mentioned, goes the other way beautifully, but right at V-shot, she made the play.
She's been having herself a nice game today.
2 gone for Liv Nevels. Nevels blooped a single and scored a run in the 4th. She's 1 for 2.
Just a tough hitter.
Nevels offers 0-1. 0-1. Oh, good change of pace. Had her out in front, swing and a miss, 0-2.
Looks like Ruther's movement, she's kind of getting her rhythm back from innings earlier. I know last inning struggled a little bit with certain pitches, but it looks like her rhythm's much more confident in her command right now.
Up and away, and it's 1-2. Popped it foul right back here.
Yeah.
Holding a 1-2. Stelz was trying to make a play. Went over his head.
Yeah, you know.
Come on, dude.
Can't make them all.
Holding at 1-2. Fouled it back on a rise ball. Neville's battling. Trying to keep this inning alive.
And Neville's good job on the last two pitches, just fighting them off and keeping the at-bat alive when she's behind in the count.
Still 1-2. Swing and a miss. Change speeds,
Nice
got her out in
off-speed
front,
pitch.
struck her out. Inning over. And that's a big 0 to put up by Ruther. Nothing across for the Chipmunks. We go to the 6th, and this one is still tied. 4-4 here at Butch Duhe Park. Great stuff. As the Chipmunks gather around their coaching staff, the Cubs gather around their coaching staff, and both have the conversation. This game is in the balance. And on to the 6th we have. I mean, if you look at the hits in the game, Mount Carmel has out-hit Chapelle 9-5. Sounds like a movie. And it's 4-4 here. And what has turned out to be a really good ball game, as expected. Martinez will go back to the mound. She's been armed with the lead a couple of times, but Mount Carmel has battled back continuously in this one. And here in the 6th inning, it will be Nat Johnson, Marley Belsom, Paisley Bell coming up. Our coverage of high school sports will continue with our live streams this coming Saturday. We got one for you. Part of a simulcast. We'll have Archbishop Rummel and Brother Martin from Maestri Field. Game time has changed. It's now a 2:30 game, Saturday, 2:30 at Maestri Field. Rummel and Brother Martin. And we'll have that for you on CrescentCitySports.com. It's part of a simulcast with 106.7 The Ticket. So we'll have a really good game for you then. And look forward to it. Here we've got a really good game. Tied at 4 going to the top of the 6th inning. It's 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors, and 6 left for Mount Carmel. It's 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors, 3 left for Chapelle. And here is the top of the 6th inning. Nat Johnson's flied to center twice to Allen. She might want to try someone else. First pitch from Martinez. And that is down a ball, 1-0.
And you really want to get ahead early here if you're Chapelle with 8-9-1 coming up. You definitely want to have some outs before the top of that order comes out. But Belsom and Bell have both been hitting excellent today at the bottom of the order, so easier said than done.
1-0, and that missed down. Now it's 2-0. And we're getting into crunch time now.
And again, it's going to come down to who executes the most over these last 2 innings.
2-0, and that is a strike call, 2-1.
And Belsom's the kind of player, the one at the plate there, I like to call a grinder. Just having watched her work over the years, she, just fights for everything she gets and just always finds a way.
That is a ball, and it's 3-1. We salute Dale LaCour and Mike Kreischer. Appreciate these gentlemen, just good men, friends, for accommodating us today. Really appreciate them.
2 old friends there, too.
3 balls and a strike. And ball 4. There's a leadoff at bat. Well done by Johnson. Gets on with speed. And the go-ahead run with nobody on. We'll see how they play with Marley Belsom, who has Grounded to third, single, stolen a base, scored a run.
Play number 9, Paisley Bell.
Oh, Paisley Bell. I'm sorry, I said Belsom. Just Paisley Bell, my bad. Bell bats.
See what the Cubs do here.
So Bell, who has singled and flied out to the plate.
She fouled off that bunt.
Belsom walked, of course.
She fouled off that bunt attempt, but it looked like it might have nicked her hand, which throwing hand too, which with your catcher up, that creates some concern, obviously.
Yep.
David Mocklin coming out to give it a look.
With an 0-1 count. So Paisley is singled. That was in the fourth, the big 2-run single. And fly to left in the third.
Looks like she's good to go. Guess we'd have to say rub some turf on it.
Magic Fingers has done it again. Keep your player going.
Let's see what the Cubs do here.
Belsom first. There's the bunt, and it's foul. So it's 0-2. Definitely a spot to play for the run this late in the game, and
Absolutely.
such a tight game.
Now I think you have to be in 2-strike mode. I don't know if they'll bunt with 2 strikes or not, but definitely the goal is put the ball on the ground and get that run to the second base some kind of way.
Nevels is warming up as we speak. For Chapelle. High and away with a rise ball, 1-2.
I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Matthews sends Belsom if they can even up the count and get in a more favorable count for the hitter here.
Good speed.
Good speed, good first step.
Swinging a foul back, change speeds on her, but still got a piece. And that's been a key for the Cubs throughout. They've made contact consistently.
Contact, contact, contact.
Back in. And another changeup. This one's down. Drop ball, and it's 2-2. Good take by Bell. Recognized the pitch. Huge crowd watching. Beautiful evening in Kenner. And a heck of a game. Tied at 4, top of the 6th.
Yeah, this has been everything you could ask for. You've had pitching, you've had hitting, you've had defense. Well played game.
Popped her up. Third base side and reached up and can't quite get it.
That's a big break for the Cubs there. That you don't want to give that out up that way. You want to get this ball in play some kind of way and give your runner a chance to get to second.
Roban came over and couldn't quite get it. Ran out of room barely.
Yeah, just a few inches, not enough.
Holding it 2-2. Change speeds again and taps it foul. Had her out in front, but again, they're managing to stay alive in these at-bats.
And again, it's critical to do that because eventually you'll either wear the pitcher down or she'll make a mistake. And, again, we saw that earlier when Chapelle was up. You want to just try to prolong the at-bat when you get into that 2-strike count.
Still 2-2. And another. Foul back again. Another one of these at-bats.
And
this will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat.
Paisley Bell showing a lot of discipline at the plate and a lot of smarts.
Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. And another. Off speed, raked up the middle, a base hit. On her way to third, the throw is there. She is out at third base. Kind of hesitated.
She hesitated.
And Allen made a perfect throw to Roban to nail Belsom at third. What a big out for out number 1. What a great throw.
Yeah, great throw. She hit second and hesitated and then decided to go. And again, it's just one of them things in base running. If you hesitate or you stop to wait, typically it doesn't work out well for you as a runner.
And we'll get a runner at first. That's going to be Callie Baroni. He's going to run at first. Baroni Jr.
With 1 away now batting leadoff hitter, 0-0.
Baroni's played a lot of roles for this team over the years. She's pitched, been a hitter off the bench in certain instances, played a little outfield, hit when a shot to run and possibly score a run here.
Here's Alfonso, and it is a strike called. Alfonso's fly to left, line the third, grounded to short.
Yeah, she's been very aggressive and been on the ball, just happened to be hitting it right at people. Defense has played her very, very well, but again, you can see they're anticipating some kind of short game move here.
That's a base hit to right. Runner's going to round second. Oh, no,
She
way to
bobbled
third,
it.
missed the ball. Runner's going to round third and stop there. That'll be a single and an error to allow the runner to advance. So a base hit for Alfonso, and then an error, the first of the game. Well, it means second and third with only one out for Emery Roussel, their best hitter.
Yes, indeed. This is definitely the part of the order you want up right here. Nice piece of hitting there. You know, with Alfonso, like I said, been hitting on the screws all day, just right at people. She finally found a hole to get the ball in, and coach is going to take a visit out to the circle now.
Yeah, question is, will he make a move here or not? They now have 11 hits in the game. Do the Cubs hit the ball hard throughout?
Yeah, and I think they're thinking about that, and they're probably thinking about how are you going to pitch Emery Roussel, who's red hot right now, and,
Or do you even think about walking her? But you got Traub on deck. So.
and that's the conundrum there, because again, it'd be tempting to walk Roussel the way she's been hitting the ball, but you have arguably their most experienced and most poised hitter on deck, so it's a kind of pick your poison kind of moment here for Scott O'Brien.
Tough spot.
Yes,
And here
indeed.
comes the home plate umpire to break this up.
Yep.
Long strategy discussion here.
Right.
And Martinez hasn't had the swing and miss stuff. And that's what they really need here is the strikeout.
Right. Yeah. With one out right now, you really need to get a pop up or a strikeout. That'd be the ideal thing for you right here.
But you're facing a terrific contact hitter who
Right.
grounded a short on an excellent play by DiMaggio in the first, and then she singled twice and scored a run. Go ahead and run at third. Another runner in scoring position at second, only one out.
And I'm telling her right now, either pull it or get something you can square up. Don't chase here and give them an easy out.
Martinez ready. Down and out. See if they do try to pitch around her.
Yeah, I was just thinking this might be an intentional walk.
Right. With the base open. Swing and a
There it
base
is.
into center. One run will score. Second runner to third. Other runner for second. Safe there. Great base running. Third hit of the game for Roussel. And the Cubs take a 5-4 lead.
And Roussel remains red hot, as we said.
Got single to center.
And now you have a big opportunity. You're up by a run. You've got Hayden Traub up. You have the potential for a big inning here if you're the Cubs.
No doubt.
Brings in the plate number 5.
And the Cubs have really hit the ball hard all afternoon and evening. 12 hits now, and here's Traub, who has 2 of those, a single and a double, a fielder's choice grounder, and has scored a run. And a chance to really open this game up with 2 runners in scoring position.
And really on Roussel's hit, Alfonso,
This is hit hard, foul down the left field side, and it's 0-1.
let's say, typically Alfonso would have been able to score on that, but the ball actually almost hit her, and she had to pause to let it get through so she wouldn't be out, and so she wisely stopped at third base. But again, you're in an advantageous position right here with 2 good runners.
And that's going to be all for Martinez.
Nevels
So
is coming
Liv
in.
Nevels is going to come in the middle of the at-bat with an 0-1 count. It becomes her hitter. And Martinez will depart after 5 1/3 innings.
New pitcher for the Chipmunks is number 9, Liv Nevels.
Can't close the book on Martinez with the runners on second and third base.
She's inheriting a 0-1 count.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think it's a smart move by Coach O'Brien. Changed the look. The Cubs have been, putting the bat on the ball all day, but starting to hit it pretty hard. So, again, nothing wrong with changing the look, changing the speed a little bit, just giving them a different view
A
of
different look, sure. Nevels, 15 appearances. a record of 6-1, a 3.35 earned run average, 2 saves out of the bullpen. 48 innings, 48 hits, 26 runs, 23 earned, with 14 walks and 31 strikeouts. Neither pitcher is a strikeout pitcher per se, but both are good pitchers.
Yeah.
And Neville's.
She's been very effective this past month, for sure. Like you said, the 6-1 record, but been very effective at just getting those outs. And, again, both these pitchers trust their defense. If they can hit their spots, the defense will be there for them to make the plays.
A key spot in the game, a chance for Mount Carmel to really open things up late in the game, and an opportunity for Chapelle and Neville's to keep this where it's at. But a tough task here with Hayden Traub at the plate in an 0-1 count. He's doubled and singled, 2 for 3, and here's the pitch. And bounced it. Did it hit her? It did hit her. So the first pitch she throws hits the batter, and the bases are loaded with 1 out for Ruther.
Traub is hit by the pitch.
And here, if you're Ruther, you're looking to drive something, and I guess it's it's one of them pick your poison kind of things. You want to be aggressive here and get something to drive. At the same time, new pitcher who threw 1 pitch and hit a batter, you don't want to necessarily chase anything, so you have to be pretty poised at the plate here. Know what you're looking for.
Has a base hit and 3 trips, swings and taps it foul behind the plate. Went up trying to drive in a run or 2.
Yeah. And again, even with a 0-1 count, you want to be in a position where you're looking for your pitch right here. The pressure's still with the bases loaded on the pitcher to get the ball in the zone.
0-1. Smash down the left field side, foul. A little bit out in front, and it's 0-2.
Now we'll see what it looks like with 2 strikes. The Cubs have done a good job today with that 2-strike approach again. We'll see if Ruther can make something happen here with an 0-2 count. Let's see if Neville tries to get it a chase.
On 0-2. Next pitch from Neville's. Swing and a miss. A big strikeout there.
That is huge.
And that's out number 2. Got a very good hitter with a big strikeout, and now a chance to get out of it without any further damage. But first it's Sage Vishon. She has a 2-run double and 1 for 3 in the game.
Yeah, Vishon's quietly put together a nice game and had a big hitter last at bat.
Pitch. High and away, ball 1.
I would suspect after she pulled that inside screwball down the line, they're going to try to pitch her away here.
Neville's 1-0. Swing and a miss. Good pitch. Off speed, and it's 1-1. And again, it's a different look. It took them a couple innings, and then they really zeroed in on Martinez starting in the 3rd.
Yeah, again, if you can disrupt the timing a little bit and get them to have to make another adjustment.
1-1 is fouled to the netting, and it's 1-2. 5-4. Mount Carmel Academy here in the 6th. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just tapped it foul on a changeup.
Trying to keep it alive.
Left it up, but still had her off stride. And with 2 strikes, you've got to protect. 1-2 the count.
She might try that off-speed pitch again.
Here it is. Fouled again. Souvenir. And the fan caught it. He made a great play.
There you go.
He laughs and wants to throw it back. Can't quite throw it over the netting. So give it to me and I'll run it to the dugout. There you go. Gives it to a young man with a Jesuit shirt who brings it to the dugout. There's a pop-up. Should be playable. Catcher makes the play. Chapelle. And what a job by Liv. Neville's coming in to shut the door. Mount Carmel is able to plate 1 run in the inning on 3 hits, no errors, 3 big runners left on base. And now 9 left for the Cubs. Bottom of the 6th inning arrives, and Mount Carmel Academy leads Archbishop Chapelle 5-4. That's a big out and 2 big outs. That's a great job by Neville's.
Yeah, and can't say enough about the grit of being able to do that, to come in out of the bullpen with runners on and have to pitch to two big hitters like that with runners in scoring position. That's not easy to inherit that situation and make the pitches she just made. But she did a great job of keeping the Cubs off balance and working her way out of it. Strikeout and a pop-up, you can't ask for anything better out of a pitcher in that situation.
That's a great job. Ruther will go back to the mound armed with the lead, a 5-4 lead, and here in the sixth we'll be working to Schmidt, Hammer, and Martinez. And today's coverage on Crescent City Sports is brought to you by Frischertz and Impastato Personal Injury Law. Proud to support Archbishop Chapelle softball. Frischertz and Impastato. Thank you to Dominic Impastato for making this possible among our many. Mentioned Justin Manali earlier. Thanks to Justin, great friend. And brother of Jesuit football coach Ryan Manali.
Said those connections keep on coming.
Oh, they're everywhere. Yeah, those are Rummel guys too, but now deeply tied with Jesuit. So many, all these school contacts, and it's fantastic. It's good stuff.
Yes, indeed.
Number 7, Kelsey Schmidt.
Kelsey Schmidt bats. She had the big blow for the Chipmunks, a long 3-run homer in the fourth.
Yes, indeed.
1 for 2. Rolls it toward third foul. It's 0-1. She went up hacking. No balls and a strike against Ruther. As mentioned, Schmidt, the lone senior on this team. Got a pitch in there. Couldn't do much with it. 5-4 Cubs, bottom of the sixth inning. Fly ball, right field, hit pretty well. Right fielder back and making the catch. About a foot short of the fence for the out is Murphy for out number 1. Didn't quite get all of it, but she's so strong she almost muscled it out.
Absolutely, very well hit ball. Just didn't quite have enough distance on it. I know Coach Kenny Brown, who works with the outfielders at Mount Carmel, smiling right now. Claire Murphy with a great drop step, played that perfectly. I know they practiced that a lot. I know he's got to be happy with his outfielder now.
Bailey Hammer hits it to left. Left fielder's under it, waiting, making the catch. Polito for out number 2. So handled by Sophia Polito. Big shout out to Paula and Darren, my friends. There you go. Way to go. Contacts, connections everywhere. So
what makes this at bat big for Mount Carmel right now is you have your 8-hole hitter. If you can get this out here, you avoid bringing the top of the order up until you stretch it a little bit.
Martinez has been some good at the plate. A double and a single and a run scored. Foul ball on a check swing. It's 0-1.
Yeah, Martinez is one of their more poised hitters. Like I said, easier said than done to try to get a 3-up, 3-down inning. But I know Coach Matthews is thinking that to try to make it 8-9-1 to start the bottom of the last.
Change up, and that is a strike call. Beautiful pitch, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, hadn't seen much of that today, but she pulled it out at the right time. Which, again, when you can hit your spot with an off-speed pitch, it just makes that next pitch that much more effective.
High and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Martinez waits from the right side. Check swing roller, second base. Easy chance, threw her out. Roussel handles it in a 1-2-3 inning. And Paige Ruther has now set down 8 in a row. We're going to the 7th. Scheduled for 7, and the Cubs with a 5-4 lead in this one.
Yes, indeed. Definitely everything we thought the game was going to be.
Well, you got to give Paige Ruther a ton of credit. They got to her in a big way in the 4th, and since then, she's set down 8 in a row.
Yeah, just settled in, and again, that's one of their few seniors, but that senior experience, that's when it comes into play. Just not letting the moment get too big, and understanding that you're playing a good team and they're going to get their runs, and we're going to have to find a way to claw back in. But the worst thing you can do is panic in those situations. So the senior showing that she can overcome.
Neville's back to the mound. What a job she did. The pitch out of further damage last half inning.
That was so impressive.
Martinez went 5 1/3, 12 hits, 5 runs earned, walked 1, struck out 2. Could lose, cannot win. Neville's trying to keep this where it's at. We'll be dealing with Murphy to start it off here in the top of the 7th inning for the Cubs. Murphy, Johnson, and Belson.
Again, if you're the Cubs, I think you're playing for a run here. I mean, obviously, you're not going to shy away if the big inning presents itself, but you definitely want to try to get one on, get them over, and get them in, and give yourself a little bit of cushion or a little bit of insurance, because as we've seen, one run might not cut it right here.
Murphy has a double and a run scored, 1 for 3. Ken Trahan with Jerry Nugent from Butch Duhe Playground, Chapelle Softball Field in Kenner. That is a ball. It's 1-0. Strike call, 1-1.
Neville's with a little bit different of a delivery too, so I think that that was effective last inning.
In the air, a mile high, should be playable. Who wants it? Third baseman comes down, calls off the catcher. Little bit of a collision, caught by Robon for out number 1. Robon the catch for out number 1. It was dangerous, and as I said before, I like the infielders with the play in front of them to come in and make the play, but that one ended up right by the batter's box.
Yeah, absolutely, and that was a tough one. It hit enough air under it for the third baseman to recover and get there, but and certainly, like you said, you want the infielder making the play whenever possible.
Matt Johnson takes it, just missing down, 1-0. Back to the netting, it's 1-1. 5-4 Cubs, top of the 7th. Big District 9 5A game, big power rating game as well.
Absolutely. Well, really,
as an off-speed pitch for a strike, beautifully done.
Very nice pitch.
1-2.
And like I said, I think, like you were saying before, I don't think either of these teams are going to be hurting from playing this game, because it can only help their power rankings when you play a top-ranked team. That's why that.
Towards second, Hammer throws out Johnson for the second out. So Neville's has come in. First pitch she threw, she hit a batter, but since then she's set down 4 in a row.
Yes, sir.
And now deals with Marley Belsom, who's been on twice, single, stole a base, scored a run, and walked. She's 1 for 2 with a ground out. And that's unplayable. Up against the netting, it's 0-1. Straight up, second baseman, caught, Hammer. Great job by Neville's. She's set down. 5 in a row, 3 up and 3 down go the Cubs. We enter the bottom of the 7th. And the Cubs with a 5-4 lead over the Chipmunks as we march on in this thriller here in Kenner. If you're looking at the Chipmunks here, they're going to have the bottom 2 and then the top coming up. Robon, Capella, Allen are due up. And you know they want to get this game to DiMaggio. That's the goal for Coach O'Brien right now.
Absolutely, absolutely. Put yourself in a position to get your best players up there with a chance to win the game. And talking with the Chapelle players before the game, they all said, regardless of opponent, it's about what they do and whether they execute. So we'll see here if they have another half inning left in them, because this has been an amazing, impressive battle between both of these teams.
Ruther trying to nail it down. As mentioned, the Chipmunks will have Robon to lead it off. Right-handed hitter. She has struck out looking and walked against Ruther.
If Robon, Chapelle, and Allen, and I'm assuming a courtesy runner if Chapelle gets on.
Correct. And again, you got to like what Ruther's done. She's bounced back in a big way after that rough spell in the fourth, sending down 8 consecutive batters.
Yeah, she definitely found her rhythm again and was able to work through those issues that she had in the fourth. Got her team in a position here to try to close out the game.
Here's Robon. First pitch. Climbed the ladder, and she went around apparently. It's 0-1. Didn't lay off of that. Exactly what Ruther wanted.
Yes, sir.
Haven't seen much of the bunt game in this game here today.
No, both of them have been swinging.
And ahead of that off-speed pitch. So it's 0-2 now.
I think you'll see Ruther try to challenge her here, maybe get her to chase a little high, but
0-2. Tried to climb the ladder again, but laid off. It's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes on Robon. And another. Swing and a miss. Struck her out for out number 1 here in the 7th. 2 more outs to get for Ruther. Now I'm retired 9 in a row. And now you get Abby Chapelle, who's walked and flied to right.
Getting that first out's always big. It takes options away from the offense in terms of, obviously short game, steal, all that. If you can get that first out.
Ball missing down and in, 1-0.
It takes a lot of pressure off your defense.
Her 7th strikeout of the game. And the 1-0. Popped her up. Second baseman there, and 2 gone in the 7th. 10 in a row set down by Ruther. And the last chance for the Chipmunks, it's Taylor Allen, who's popped to short and flied to right. Chapelle's 10-game win streak is in jeopardy here. Mount Carmel an out away from a 6th straight win. Here's Allen, 0 for 3 in the game, trying to keep the game alive.
She's just trying to pass the bat right now, get on, and get her next teammate up.
Swing and a foul down the left field line. She got out in front of it and hooked it foul. It's 0-1. Back in. 0-1. Rise ball, 1-1. As Allen lays off wisely.
DiMaggio waiting on deck. You have to be very careful here.
One. Out of play, and now the Cubs are a strike away from a huge road win. Ball and 2 strikes.
Let's see if they try to go up here. That's been kind of the game plan today.
Here it comes. Popped her up. Could be playable near the dugout, and it is caught by the first baseman, Johnson, and the Mount Carmel Academy Cubs have defeated the Archbishop Chapelle Chipmunks by the score of 5-4 here this evening. Quite a game, as we expected it would be, and quite a way to battle back for Paige Ruther. After that rough 4th inning, she was nails the rest of the way.
Like you said, 11. I think it was
11 in a row to finish the game.
11 in a row to close it out after a tough inning. And again, I go back to that. That's that senior experience. Having been there before, it paid off today for her.
Just an outstanding job by Ruther to finish this one, and never gave them any hope. She just went out there and set them all down in order. Again, the last 3 innings in a row, and did not allow them to really gather any steam or get any hope of being able to get anything done there.
Yeah, and really, when you look at that 4th inning, Chapelle had the momentum, and
They did.
and she was able just to regain control of it. So you have to tip your hat to her. And both ball clubs played an excellent game. I mean, it went back and forth, and it could have gone either way, but and you expect it to come down to 1 run with these 2 teams.
I love the way these teams come together like this. I mean, this is the way it's supposed to be. It's sportsmanlike, and love seeing
Absolutely.
that. Class acts, class programs.
Yep, lot of brown and green hugs right now.
You bet. A lot of common friendships, respect all around, and it's the way it should be, and it's great to see. So let's give you the totals of the game. As Mount Carmel had 5 runs, 12 hits, no errors, and 9 left. And Chapelle with 4 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors, officially 3 left. Winning pitcher is Paige Ruther. Complete game. 7 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. Goes to 7-2 with the win. The loser, Ava Martinez, her first loss of the year. She's 8-1. The game took an hour and 55 minutes to play. And Mount Carmel Academy defeats Archbishop Chapelle 5-4 in a really good one here this evening. Jerry, just some final thoughts about what we saw here.
Just again, I think you're going to see these 2 teams in late April right in the mix of things. You can see why they were number 1 and number 2, and it was everything you would expect from a number 1 versus number 2 battle. They just 2 well-coached, hard-fought games, some very poised play, some clutch play. The lead changes were very impressive, and both teams just kept fighting. It just came down to, I think, Ruther just nailing it down at the end and really just having a clutch performance after a rocky 4th inning.
Yeah, just great stuff. Of course, you can watch the replay anytime, free at CrescentCitySports.com. I want to thank everyone for helping make it happen here today, and I enjoyed it. Good game. Anytime you have a good game, it's fun, and it's always great to be with you.
Oh, yes, sir, and it's always a pleasure.
Want to thank our guys here for doing the job today. Robbie, pleasure, buddy. Great to have you with us. Matt, thank you. Great job as always, and we appreciate everyone. Thanks to Lenny Van Gilder, and again, want to thank all of our sponsors and viewers for making this possible. And as mentioned, we have a really good high school baseball game coming up Saturday. A lot of ties that bind there. Archbishop Rummel and Brother Martin at Maestri Field. It's a 2:30 game now. We'll have that here on Crescent City Sports and as a simulcast with 106.7 The Ticket. We'll look forward to that. All your prep news every day, all sports at Crescent City Sports. Thank you for joining us this evening. Crescent City Sports is your home for the best in high school sports coverage. Check our website and social media channels for the latest news and updates on our next broadcast. For Jerry Nugent and our Crescent City Sports production team, I'm Ken Trahan. Saying goodnight from Kenner. Once again, your final score was Mount Carmel Academy 5, Archbishop Chapelle 4. Thanks for joining us, and be a good sport. God bless you one and all. We are rounding third and heading home. So long.